Hey y'all, quick in the bag because everybody's doing it. Nothing too fancy, no detailed explanations, just let's go. Alright, putters. Let's get this. Got 2 piers, or actually 3 piers, 2 test material. Love these are sweet. For like a smoother DX plastic. Better than the classic. Gold line pure. Straight. Really good for upshots, tailwinds. Have a beat up classic judge. They hold really good antes. Very good for ante upshots. Fusion judge. Stable, straight when you put a little power in it. Love this. I'll do most of my upshots with this. And then I just got this EMAC Fusion Judge, working this in the bag. And sorry guys, just everything's like backwards on the video, but hope you can deal with it. Okay. Mids. So right now I'm running a suspect, truth, verdict. We've got classic suspect. It's kind of beat up. I'll use this for long putts outside of the circle. Really stable and predictable up shots out in the field. Got my ace disc, lucid suspect. Really reliable. This is the disc that hooked me up to DD. Love this disc. I have first run lucid truth and classic. I'm still working this in my bag. It's still pretty stable. Needs a little time to beat up. More stable than the verdict as of this one. This is pretty straight. Has a little turn. Flies pretty far. Oh, and I do have a fugitive I use for antes. Just throws flat and it turns over. Really straight, smooth shots. And I've got verdict. I don't use this too much. I'll maybe use it in headwind. Something I want to always go left, maybe straight a little bit. Just working on this one. I'm going to try to sidearm it. I'll work my sidearm into that. Fairways. Right now, I'm switching back and forth between a river and an underworld, but right now I've got a gold line river. This will hold straight shots, maybe little finesse shots where I can get an ante and fade at the end. Or if I want to crank it on a hyzer and have it flip up straight. Still working on that. One of my favorite discs I just put in the bag. It's Opto Trident. Got an opaque one. This thing will fly straight like a T-bird, but as it's slowly fading out, it'll just fade in hard. It's pretty skippy. It's a pretty good skip to it. Trident. One of my favorite discs. Pretty new. I have a Triple X. This thing will really good for sidearms. Really good trick shots when you're doing finesse in the woods. It will put it on a ante, and it'll just hold it for a little bit, and it'll just go out around a tree, and then it'll just fade hard. Really good and reliable. Got an EMAC Escape. This thing is pretty stable. It'll go really straight. If you put a little crank on it, it'll hold an ante line. It's really good for throwing uphills. So you can crank really hard on it, and it will just go straight and then fade a little bit. But that's on the uphill. It's kind of temperamental. I need to watch out for this one. And then I have a Bio Escape. This thing's kind of pretty stable. I love this disc. It's a good disc. And then, last but not least, we have our fairways, or our distance drivers. I just got this. It's a Salient. It's huge. If you look at, here's a trespass. I mean, it's almost the size of a condor. I haven't thrown it yet, but it's supposed to be a long distance mid range. Like it flies like a mid range, but you can get 450 out of it. And it'll just fly straight and dump off left, maybe with a little S curve. Supposed to. So I'm still working this. This is a 188. It's really heavy, but a lot of people are saying check it out. That's up to you if you want to. I'm just trying it out. I just wanted to see what a wide rimmed disc is, a huge diameter disc flies like. So, I've got 3 trespasses. You got a blue Fusion shield stamp, very overstable. Overstable like a villain. A little less than a villain. You can always just throw this straight and it'll always go left. Here's a wiped Lucid. This thing has a really good S to it. It's very reliable. It'll go 400, 420. Have a really good S and fade, always fade left. And if I want to go over like 420, 450, I'll use an air trespass. I've hit 500, 550, 600 with this disc. It's a really good disc. I think a lot of people should try airs if they want to get more distance. It'll get better acceleration. It has to be in a tailwind or it'll flip over pretty fast in a headwind. So try out air plastic. It's a trespass. I've got 2 giants. This is what I use in almost all my shots. This one, I'll get good 400 feet out of this one. Big hyzers. It'll go straight for a little bit, but one of my favorite discs. And if you are looking for a hyzer disc, this is the best hyzer disc on the market. Guarantee it. And then I have an air giant, and this one's just like the regular giant, except it has a straighter flight path for most of its drive. It goes probably about 50 to 75 feet further, but if you just want to keep that straight line for a little longer and have the same kind of fade, this is the disc to go to. Anything else? And I've got a ton of other extra discs. Yeah, pretty much everything is doubles, multiples. I have a bunch of underworlds I'm trying to work into my stash. Tons of suspects, tons of truths, tons of trespasses. Just practice this. So there's my in the bag.